Hey guys, what's up? My name's Danny, aka Thrift Fish, and I'm an online fashion reseller. I sell on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari, and today we're going to do a little bit of a thrift with me, except it's not going to be in a thrift store, it's going to be on ThredUP's Online Outlet section. I've been doing a couple videos of my hauls from shopping the outlet section of ThredUP online, on their website, and I've done a couple tips when I was first starting to teach myself how to online source. I did a video on that as well, but now I've been doing it for a little while. I have some more tips and tricks, so I'm just going to do a video where you guys follow along with me as I find things from the outlet that I want to buy in my next haul. So I hope this helps. The online outlet section can be a little overwhelming. There's a lot of items. It's hard to do. It's time consuming, and they don't do the best pictures or the best descriptions of the items, so sometimes it can be a little bit of a gamble. But again, the ThredUP outlet, which I will go ahead and start showing you now. The ThredUP outlet section has been my favorite thus far when it comes to online sourcing because of the cost of goods. The closest I have gotten to my previous cost of goods without getting inventory donated to me, and I'm still able to find some really great pieces along the way. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. So I'm now on the ThredUP outlet page, and you can see at the top here, if you use the code OUTLET in your cart when you're done, if you have 5 items, you're going to get an extra 20% off your total. 10 items is 30% off, and 20 items is 40% off. I'm always aiming for that extra 40% off, as well as needing quantity to list in my closet. So I'm usually always trying to shoot for that 20 item minimum to hit that 40% off. Right now I actually do have several outlet items in my cart that I am considering in my next purchase. I don't have 20 yet, but I am going to continue to add to that and maybe take a couple things out of this cart and reassess if I find anything really good today. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going back to the outlet section. ThredUP, like Poshmark, likes to automatically insert my sizes here, so I always want to remember to remove that no matter what search or sorting I'm doing. So it's always going to default to newest first as well, which I don't typically leave that there. I typically search price high to low just because I'm looking for more premium items for my particular closet. If you are more of a style-based seller, or if you really like bread and butter and want to start price low to high, I mean, that's awesome because you're going to get the lowest price items. You can see at the top there are quite a few higher priced items. I will go ahead and scroll past those, and that'll bring me down to items that are closer to $12, $10, and I'll even probably continue to scroll past those because I'm looking for more of between $4 and $8. So this price here is showing you the absolute lowest price you can get. So that's if you have 20 or more items in your cart, this is going to be the lowest price. So we can keep going here until we get down to items that are closer to $8, but this is still very unrefined. This is just taking everything in this section and sorting it price high to low, which I actually started doing just so I could get familiar with everything that was, you know, on the higher end of the spectrum for the outlet section. But now that I've done that several times, I don't necessarily need to just look at everything high to low. My favorite category to search in is dresses because I find the most high quality items for lower prices. So I'll typically start by looking at the dresses. Once again, I will remove my sizes, and I'll typically sort from high to low. Again, you can sort however you'd like, whatever works best for you, but this is my method. And so I'm just going to go ahead and start scrolling. You can kind of get a feel for some of the brands that are here. Another thing you can do is look at the estimated regular retail price that they have here. So you can see if something was originally a higher price item, and that can help if you're not maybe as familiar with the brand, and that can be your trigger to then go open up a Poshmark tab or an eBay tab, or however you check your comps, and search for that brand or that item, or at least an item that's similar, to see what it's currently selling for. This is an Aritzia brand, but this dress just seems a little too plain for me, maybe not the most current style. So I have been scrolling past that one. This is kind of a cute ASOS jumpsuit, but again, be sure to look at your sizes as well. A lot of the items in the outlet are extra, extra small, double zeros, and there's nothing wrong with selling those sizes. I sell them all the time, but that's the majority of what you're gonna find. I'm typically trying to stay away from those as the majority of items I'm buying, unless the item is really amazing. So this ASOS jumpsuit is going to stay here. It's also on the higher end of the spectrum of things I would purchase, and I just don't think that ASOS is going to give me a return that I'm looking for. So there are a couple things that I'm not familiar with, so I'm going to hop over to Poshmark and look them up. We can narrow this down. So this is Cameo, which is this dress right here. It originally retailed for $89, or their estimate is that it originally retailed for $89. I came over here and searched for Cameo. The current items up for sale are up for higher prices. Let's see what they're selling for. Looks to be hit or miss, but not too bad. For $8, I think I will go ahead and like that one, save it for later. So my method for sorting, which is similar to what I would do in the thrift store, is like anything that I found that either might need some more looking into, or just to save for later when I'm starting to compile my cart. If I see something that I really, 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 really like, I'll just add it to my cart right then and there. But for now, I'm just going to save this item for later and favorite it. Favoriting items does not stop something from going to another person's cart. If you add it to your cart, it is then reserved for at least 24 hours. I could be wrong on that. Unless there's a sale, then they reduce the time to like an hour, and then the cart method doesn't work as well. So just some tips and tricks for as you're finding things that you like, or things that you think you like but you're not too certain about yet, if you don't want to stop and look up comps as you're scrolling. So if I didn't want to stop and look at Poshmark right now, I could have favorited that, let it sit, and then go back and start doing research on the things that I found. But I already think that was a pretty good find. Here's a DV by Dolce Vita. I like selling Dolce Vita. The DV is a little bit more diffused, so it doesn't give as much of a return. I've never sold, I think Elon, that's like a boutique brand. I'm not sure how much their maxi dresses go for, but I only sold for 20, that one for 25, 30, 27, maybe not as much as I would like to see. Still gonna like it because I think it's pretty, and I'll see what it's made out of, but I'm gonna keep on moving here. There's a lot of like J. Crew that I will pass. There's lots of LuLaRoe. Some things are unbranded. And then I've briefly touched on some items that are assorted brands. There are a lot of people who are using this method right now. Assorted brands are items that ThredUP either didn't know the brand or were moving too quickly to brand them. That's my assumption. I actually don't know if that's true, but I think that's my hypothesis on some of these items that are assorted brands. Again, this is just all of the dresses sorted from price high to low. Another search I like to do, so let's go back to all clothing. I actually shared this on my Instagram the other day, but if you're not following me there, or if you missed it, I'd love to show you. We went back to all clothing. I'm removing my sizes, and then a way that I like to sort, and again, I'm going to switch this to price high to low, is to go down here on the left on the side and pick some quality materials that I would want my items to be made out of. So things like silk, things like cashmere, linen, leather, all those high price, high quality materials that you're looking for in the thrift store, I would like to find them here too. So if I can narrow them down, that's the nice thing about ThredUP, is that you can narrow things down by material. So now I have all these really pretty pieces that I can scroll through and even find some of the more high quality made pieces that may be a little bit more bread and butter. I want to actually go into this Assorted Brands cardigan and just snoop a little bit. It is 15% cashmere, so that's a good sign. The rest of it's cotton. I actually like this and might consider it just because it is made out of something nice. I also like when it says rare find, even though sometimes I have no idea why it says that. And also, if lots of people are liking the item, that's usually a good sign. I'm just gonna keep scrolling through these items. See if I find anything. This one's interesting. I don't know if this is Walter Baker. I don't know just the brand Walter. There's a lot of expensive ones here. I'm gonna assume this has to be related to Walter Baker. I don't know. I'll have to do some more research on that. But I am gonna favorite it and save it for later, because apparently it retailed, or they are estimating that it retailed around $190. So that's pretty good. So again, this is just, you know, one of my favorite ways to sort through. There's a ton of items here. Another thing I've been looking through is swimwear because of the season. So we'll switch to swimwear. We don't need cashmere swimwear. That would be weird. So let's remove these. I'll remove my sizes. And we're gonna go from high to low. I have picked up a couple pieces of swim from this section, which have been awesome. I'm always looking for swim for the summer. It's one of my goals to get comfortable with selling swim this summer. I was not very comfortable with it last summer, but I'm already diving in a little bit, so that feels good. I really like to focus on one pieces. I think they're a little trendier right now, and they're easier to sell as opposed to just a one piece of a two-piece bathing suit, unless ThredUP is good enough to give me both pieces of the swimsuit, which is rare. Also looking for swim cover-ups here. I don't know if I'll find anything today, but I'll continue to take a look here. Again, it is a lot of time spent just scrolling. You can see I've gone through before, favorited some items that I haven't purchased yet. I'll show you my favorites here in a second so you can kind of see what that looks like. It's a mix of both outlet and non-outlet pieces, but I will show you nonetheless. I like the brand Red Carter, but again, I don't really want to buy just the bottoms. Tory Praver, I don't know how trendy just a triangle top would be, or how desirable. So I am pretty picky again too, and I don't know all of these brands. I'm probably scrolling past things that you guys are like, wait, that's good, get it. You can tell me about it in the comments. But you know, for what I know of, and you know, some things will trigger me to go search for them and do more research. But I really just want to make this video to show you guys a little bit of my methods for shopping the ThredUP Online Outlet, because I think it can be overwhelming and some people just don't want to get into it because it seems like too many items. But there are so many ways to sort and refine your search. Another one I like to do is just all clothing, and then again on the left, only look for things that are new with tags. That can be of interest to be selling items that are, you know, essentially new, essentially have never been worn. So again, that can refine your search a little bit as well. Let's see if I can find anything here. This is cute. I'm a sucker for J. Crew velvet, even if it's factory, but I will pass this time. This is too high of a price for just a factory tank top. And I'm not getting very far through these searches today. Obviously, I don't want to spend all day on this video with you. You have other things to do. I have other things to do. But if I have some time in the evenings, I will just scroll through, honestly, pages and pages. But I have had the time to do that because of quarantine and staying safe at home. So if you have the time to do that, I do think this is a very good way to find inventory. You know, I know it's taking me a little while to find some things right here, but you saw that there are 18 things in my cart, so it does start to add up, and it adds up quicker than you'd think. So I would highly encourage you, if you have not tried this method yet, just give it a try. Schedule out 15 minutes, try one search or one particularly interesting search that you want to try. Here's a Seek the Label. That's an LF brand. I'm picking up some of that from here. It doesn't sell for a whole lot, but it's pretty trendy. I lost my train of thought and forgot. Oh yeah, just take a little bit of time, see if this works for you. Let's see here. So I want to show you in my favorites at the top here, at this little heart, showing you my available favorites. So here are some of the things I favorited while we were together today. Here are a couple other outlet items that I have been considering but haven't added to my cart just because either, you know, I'm just not super in love with them, or the price doesn't make sense, or maybe there's a flaw that the listing detailed that I didn't see just from the picture. So I have saved quite a few things for later. There are a couple things in here that are not outlet. But here is my cart again. Actually, let's see. Let's add 2 things to the cart just so we can get there. Let's add this. And let's add this skirt. So now that I have 20 items, now because my outlet code is applied, now everything goes down to 40% off. So you can see down here, we're all the way down to $8.40, $7.80. And so all of these things you can find for under $10, which can be otherwise pretty hard to do with online sourcing unless you are getting donations or have a really good hookup. I don't know. Finding really good deals. Maybe you're buying in bulk and that brings your item price down. I do not have room for that in my 1-bedroom apartment on a 3rd floor. So this is how I'm sourcing. Mostly I am also getting donations as well as some mystery boxes, some sales on Poshmark. But you can also see that once you hit a certain amount, you're also getting free shipping. So right now my total is $153.14. If I pull up my calculator, 153.14 divided by 20, that's an average of $7.60 per item. That is just a little bit over what my previous average was shopping at regular thrift stores in the area. So again, that's still probably very high for some people who are used to sourcing things for 80 cents or $1 or $3, but again, it can be a good option. So I hope this was helpful, a little bit more of a deep dive into how I've been shopping the ThredUP Online Outlet. Later this week, I think I'll have a donation haul for you. Keep me to that. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me and you like this content, I would really appreciate it if you hit subscribe. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments, as well as if you have any more tips or tricks to add to this little information video, that would be great. We'd all love to see those. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you again real soon.